we interrupt your regularly scheduled programming to bring you a special presentation of
Two Nerds, a podcast. Your home for everything movies, music, video games, and everything in between. With your hosts, Buddy the Bruiser, and Dynamite Jarrod Latching.
How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Two Nerds, a podcast. We are two nerds. This is a podcast. I am Buddy the Bruiser.
And I am Dynamite Jarrod.
What's going on, my man? You got anything exciting to say before we get started here, or are we just gonna cut the bullshit and just get right to the main course of discussion today, which I haven't even informed you about?
Am I supposed to have something exciting to say? You were just, like, the way you said, do you have something exciting to say, like, was kind of like a tone where it was like, I've told you some exciting news that I didn't think that I'd have to announce on the podcast.
No, no, that is not the case. I was just genuinely curious.
No, I don't think I have anything.
Okay, this might be a short episode this week.
The no-star reviews this.
He's
Thank
furious.
God.
But yeah, so I've been sitting on this episode for a while. I actually took a bunch of notes about this about 2 years ago, and I was like, I don't know when the fuck we're gonna do this fucking show, so I was like, fuck it, we're just gonna do it. It's been a while. So, hit the music. Welcome to the return of the Super Saiyan Godcast, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow. This is incredible. It's good to be back. I feel the power flowing through me right now. I could turn Super Saiyan God at any moment.
Yes, because
I've done the ritual. The five. Did they have to be pure-hearted Saiyans, or were they just 5 Saiyans?
They had to be pure of heart. Pure
of heart. Oh yeah, because it was a big thing of like, oh, Vegeta pure. No, that was whatever. Wasn't it kind of like a babyface turn for Vegeta, even though he turned babyface already?
Well, because they didn't know what the fuck was going on. They're like, oh fuck, do we not have righteous hearts? Blah blah blah. And then we're like, oh no, it has to be the 5 putting it into the 1, so it needs to be like 6 total or whatever.
That was the dumbest shit ever. That, like, if I could nitpick one bad thing about Battle of Gods, it was that the Saiyan hand holding.
Yeah.
And Videl getting to get in on that because she had Pan in her, who is like, what, a quarter Saiyan? Like, not even half Saiyan.
Yeah. She's still got that Saiyan blood in her, but I understand what you're saying. And we're going to be oh, you see what I did there? I understand what you're saying. I didn't even realize it until I said it. But yeah, we're going to be getting into one of the most notorious websites on the internet, Screenrant.
Yeah!
We've talked about them before. Very notorious.
They're badass. They're probably the #1 Dragon Ball coverage website on the entire internet.
Yeah.
Get out of the way, Geekdom 101 and official Funimation websites and there's a Dragon Ball website that Toei or Shueisha, one of those two, like announced and started late last year. I can't even remember what it's called. It's official, but Screenrant, that's where it is. That's where you get your good Dragon Ball information.
Of course. And today we're going to be looking at one of their videos, actually, from way back in the day. This was from 2018, so I think I watched this video, like, right as we were taking a hiatus, like the season break or whatever. So it just got put on the back burner, and then tonight we were, like, kind of doing this last minute. I was like, fuck, well, what can we talk about? And I was like, whatever, I'll whip this out. And you know what? I can honestly say, back in my childhood, I had a lot of fond memories watching Dragon Ball. Would you agree?
No. I absolutely hated watching Dragon Ball when I was a kid. It was only as a 32-year-old man that I finally began to appreciate the show. Yes. Very, very fond memories of me being glued to my TV. I just used it as my discussion topic as we talked about, I guess, this past week on the show, if this is going up this weekend.
Yes, we will find out. This episode may or may not be coming out this weekend, as in the weekend before my birthday. But we will see when this comes out. It might be coming out a little later.
It could be coming out on March 20th or another date.
Yeah.
Right now is tentatively scheduled for March 20th. And
Yes.
if you're listening to this on March 20th right now,
Welcome.
then
Welcome. It's the last official podcast of me and my 28 years of life. I will soon be 29 if this is the last one you're listening to.
hurry up and turn 30, man.
If we
I feel like you already have the mindset of a 30-year-old. It's strange to me that you're in your 20s still.
Yeah.
Even though I know that you're younger than me. As 32, like, I expect you to be 30 by now.
I don't know, man. I still see you as so much more wise than me. I don't know if I'm if I feel 30 yet.
I don't know about wise. Wise ass, maybe.
Yeah. But as we have both established, back before our 20s and our 30s, we were children watching Dragon Ball. A lot of good memories, but Screenrant has brought it to our attention that there are 10 dark Dragon Ball theories that will ruin your childhood. So how do you feel about potentially... right off the bat, here's the thing. I don't really believe things could be, like, childhood ruining, or things can, like, tarnish the original, like, I don't know. I just always think that it's, like, a dumb saying, you know? Because I still have fond memories of watching it. Like, my childhood isn't ruined. My childhood already happened. Like, you know what I mean?
Nothing ruins childhoods. I never understand that meme when it was like, Nick Jonas was gay the entire time. My childhood is ruined.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand that.
Right, it's like when something, like, say, like, a remake comes out or whatever. Okay, so let's take the Psycho remake, for example. The one that was, like, a shot-for-shot fucking remake. When it came out and, like, people say, oh, this tarnishes the original, blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, that doesn't make any sense. The original is sitting right there on my shelf. It's completely fine. It is completely intact.
And you know where the Vince Vaughn Psycho is sitting?
In the trash?
In the bin.
Yeah.
The only thing about that Psycho that pisses me off is that, like, it's, based on just, like, the cover art and everything, it's very easy to just buy that thinking that you're getting the original Psycho if you don't, like, look at the back or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you get home and then you're like, oh no.
Yeah, because it's not like it says, like, Lars von Trier's Psycho or whatever. It just says Psycho, and it's just, like, a vague image. Like, it's not, like, a screen cap from the film. It's, like, artwork of, like, a hand.
Yeah.
So, like, it's very misleading.
It's like a reference. The artwork is like a reference to the shower scene.
Yeah. They did a very similar thing when, like, Batman Begins came out. They released, like, a Batman re-release of, like, the serials from the 40s, but they made the cover almost identical to Batman Begins so they could sell more copies and thought people wouldn't notice. And they just get this fucking black and white show from, like, 1947.
Yeah, I still have never watched those. Have you watched any of them?
I haven't, no. But there were 2 of them, apparently. But I haven't
Batman
seen either
fights
of them.
like a wizard in one of them.
Yeah, because I watched, like, the Cinemassacre, like, Batathon, so, like, I was aware. It was, like, all the villains were made for the show. Like, I don't think they could use any of the villains from the comics for whatever reason. But, regardless.
Dragon Ball creepypastas.
Yeah, well, not even creepypastas, because none of these are, like...
Dragon pastas.
Yeah, dragon pastas. That sounds actually fucking dank. I want some right now.
It's called ramen.
Yeah. Yeah. So, this was a video. This is not a list. So, I actually, when this video came out, I took notes on the video from 2018. So, I'm pulling these up. I haven't really looked at them since then. But I remember beginning...
We're going to debunk the theories or just comment on them?
We're going to debunk the theories because I think all of these can be debunkified, and we need to mention if this ruined our childhood. I mean, who knows? We could look back on this and our childhood could be completely ruined.
For each entry, we have to comment whether or not our childhood is ruined, because this is 10 things, 10 theories here. So I've only ever experienced like one or two things that people say is childhood ruining, and it's never worked on me. But who knows? Even I have my limits. Maybe 10. Maybe I'll never be able to watch Dragon Ball again, and my childhood will effectively be ruined.
And then another thing about Screenrant, just before we get in, you can always tell with like these websites like Screenrant and Watch Mojo and like all that shit. They're just making these lists like off of shit they read on the internet. Like literally no one has watched these shows or really had any experience with it, because they're just pumping out content on like every media franchise ever. So like,
yeah, you can see it in like some of the Watch Mojo videos when they start like mispronouncing things and stuff. Like I swear to God, they were like doing like a top 10 anime list or whatever, and then it was like freaking like in the honorable mentions, it was like fucking Gundam Wing. I'm like,
yeah, like, what the hell?
Ooh, what the fuck?
Yeah, because it's not like a what culture or something like that, where like they're specializing in the thing that they're talking about. It's more like a general like pop culture site. So like, there's no way they have experts on every single franchise, you know?
Right.
So take everything on this with a grain of salt, or rather a fucking Salt Bay drizzling of salt, essentially.
That's dated.
Yeah. Oh no, he's back in the headlines because he fucking fed some girl a piece of strip steak in front of her boyfriend, like at his restaurant. He was like flexing on her, and like the guy was sitting right there. It was like in the headlines like 2 days. Like, how did you not see that? It was hilarious.
Fuck, my late 20s are ruined by this.
Yes. Number 1. Goku is a jerk. Goku.
All right.
Goku is the hero of the Dragon Ball series, as we know. Fans have called him noble, brave, and even virtuous. He always stands up for his friends and family, but upon further inspection of these episodes, Goku has a tendency to step over the line into flat-out jerkwad territory more often than you would think. Even though he's
jerkwad territory.
Yes.
Is that an actual quote?
That is a quote from the video, yes.
Okay.
I transcribed some of these, and others I just took little notes. But yes, that is from the video. Even though he's inclined to see the good in everyone, even his enemies, he's still seen this way. He helped contribute to the death of Raditz, his own brother, and does not wish him back to life. He made fun of Vegeta for defending Bulma after Beerus slapped her. He even abandons his family to train all of the time. When choosing who to save from Kid Buu, he chooses Hercule over his own family.
That's it.
Goku's a jerk.
There's some strong arguments here, especially the Raditz one. He contributed to the death of his own brother,
his evil brother who came to Earth to murder everyone.
His evil brother who came and abducted his fucking nephew. Yeah, and fucking was basically going to fucking destroy the planet. And let's be real here. Goku never met him. Like, there's no brotherly feelings towards this guy. He never met him. It's just some dude that... Imagine being like 22 or however old Goku is when this happens. And like, you're 22 and some douchebag just shows up and he's just like, I'm your brother and I'm going to abduct your son and destroy the planet.
No, you'd be like, fuck this guy.
Yeah, for real. I would team up with my fucking green friend. Well, my green enemy turned friendly rival. And we'd go fucking kick his ass. I'd fucking hold him there while my green dude fucking shot a hole through both of us.
Yeah. And then never wishes him back to life. I mean, why would you wish him back to life? He didn't wish his own father back to life. Why would he do his fucking deadbeat brother?
Yeah, because Raditz was, and let's face it, he's weak. There's no, like, there's no strategic reason to bring him back to life. Like, I mean, let's look at the real jerkwad of the series, okay? My boy, Vegeta, all right? He's the guy that's known Raditz pretty much his entire life. And when Nappa, I think Nappa at one point, like, mentions using the Dragon Balls to bring back Raditz, and Vegeta, the lifelong comrade of Raditz, is like, yeah, nice try. He's fucking pathetic. We're not doing that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no. But that was the only one that was a real head scratcher there. There was a couple other ones that I was like, yeah, Goku kind of fucked up for that.
But I mean, here's the thing: like, don't you want your main character to have flaws? Because otherwise, you're definitely going into like the Superman territory, where it's like, all right, this guy's fucking perfect, and it's just completely boring.
Oh, so like movie Goku.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think that it's not so much that Goku is a jerk. I think that his flaw is that he's just a fucking idiot.
Yeah. And that becomes more apparent as the series goes on. He gets dumber with each passing saga, pretty much.
It's weird because in Z, like, alright, after you watch, like, all of Super, and then you go back to Z, like, kind of like Cell Saga Goku, right? And, like, he's all serious, and, like, he shows up to, like, Cell, and, like, the big thing that he does in the Cell Saga that everybody criticizes is when he steps down and lets Gohan take over the fight. And, it's a big meme of, like, when Cell's fucking beating the shit out of Gohan.
Yeah.
And Goku's just like, yeah, this is great. But, really, Goku knew that Gohan
was going to give him the business.
had the potential to ass fuck Cell. So, yeah, I don't know, but it is just weird, like, going back, and, like, when shit gets serious in Dragon Ball Z, so too does Goku, and it just feels like a big deal, like when Frieza killed everybody and Goku got mad, and shit, like, and stuff like that, but then you watch Dragon Ball Super, Jesus Christ, what does it take to make Goku mad in Dragon Ball Super?
Nothing, he doesn't really get upset.
I think the only time he gets upset in Dragon Ball Super, when I think Jiren said something about like insulting Goku's friends, and like Goku like went into Ultra Instinct because of it or something, like near the end of the Tournament of Power.
Yeah.
Or who tries to fucking shoot the goddamn stands? Is it Jiren?
I don't know if it is or not, because Jiren didn't really have, like, bad intentions.
It's either Jiren or Toppo.
I think it was probably Toppo when he, like, flipped out and, like, got his god power or whatever.
Oh, man.
I can't really remember. And I'll probably not rewatch it, or at least not for a while, so...
Right.
Who knows? But yeah, so, is Goku being a jerk ruining your childhood? Does this change your opinion on Goku forever?
Well, to be completely honest with you, Goku was never my favorite character anyways, so...
So no childhood's ruined here.
No childhood's ruined. My favorite character was the actual fucking black and white jerk. Like, there was just no defending it. Dude's an asshole. That was my favorite character.
Yeah.
Maybe if Goku was more like him, then... Maybe if Goku was more like an actual jerk, then we would, then maybe he'd be up there for me, and this would ruin my childhood.
Well, speaking of jerks, and the little, the negative energy that they can bring, for our second dark theory,
I thought you had a sponsor.
No, yeah. This episode's sponsored by HelloFresh.
Sponsored by Athletic Greens. If you drink this, you won't be a jerk, because you'll be in a good mood all the time, because you'll be healthy.
Yeah. But negative energy is what drives the Super Saiyan transformation. You brought this up a little bit earlier. Goku got very pissed off in the Frieza thing. And, of course, he turned Super Saiyan for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
So, while the ability to become one was once considered to just be a legend, Goku defied the odds and achieved Super Saiyan status to defeat the monstrous Titan Frieza. After Goku unlocked this ability, all other Saiyans were able to achieve at least the first form. Although this kicks major asses in fights, it's the way in which it's achieved that's rather unsettling. Once you achieve the form, the normally calm, laid-back individual becomes violent, ruthless, and vengeful. When Goku originally achieved this form, it was out of pure anger, self-loathing, and hatred.
Self-loathing?
Oh, that's for the next one. Self-loathing and hatred for Vegeta. Powerful
Wait,
negative.
What? Okay, for Vegeta.
For when Vegeta. Yeah, I combined this. I forgot to put a period. Self-loathing and hatred for Vegetas. And it just has powerful negative energies. Perhaps the positive of the forms aren't worth the struggle, and maybe it isn't the best message to be showing children. That negative energy is the way to go.
Fuck. My childhood's ruined.
Yeah.
They did it. They got me. Damn. What do you think? What do you think of that?
I don't know. I don't know if it's really all negative. I feel like it's passion. It's more love for Krillin than it is anger. I mean, there's anger associated with it.
I think it's pretty angry. Like he loses his fucking pupils and shit. My big beef was that he got more pissed. Well, I mean, obviously he get more pissed about Krillin. He didn't get pissed at all when Frieza killed Vegeta.
No,
he just buried him, and he acted like he was pissed, but he didn't turn Super Saiyan.
They weren't besties at the time. They were still
In Z, it was like everybody had to get pissed to goddamn turn Super Saiyan. In Super, they've retconned it. Now it's the thing in the back. I don't know. I don't think it's a bad message to send to kids. I think it's a message that kids understand. What do you do when you're a kid and you get mad? You throw a temper tantrum.
Exactly.
Like, it's just how it is. The Saiyans throw a little temper tantrum and they turn Super Saiyan.
Yeah, that's all it is. Not childhood ruining at all. And that was also like a very like short one. Like there's not really much to say about it. Like it's like I don't know. This is something that happens in all anime. Like every shonen anime, the main characters get fucking power boosts by getting pissed off. Well, it's literally anything. Like fucking any form of media ever. Like not just anime. Like fucking I don't know. You can look at anything. Like fucking wrestling. I mean, whatever. Like Hulk Hogan gets pissed off because he's getting his ass kicked and he hulks up.
Hulking up. Yeah, that's some negative energy there. I'm sure Spider-Man has done it.
Yeah, it's just all media. I mean, Spider-Man gets pissed off. I mean, it's fucking... Why wouldn't he get pissed off? Fucking Green Goblin's destroying the city. You think it's all piss and rainbows and shit? Like, bro.
Piss and rainbows.
Yeah.
Alright, what's the next one?
The next one has to do with the Cell Juniors. So, Cell, obviously, gets his final form by absorbing the androids. Android 17 and 18. Male and female androids. Mm-hmm. And then he's able to produce...
Is this that Cell's pregnant?
Okay, so... He's able to reproduce asexually because of this. According to Reddit, it's possible that the way Cell can create the Cell Juniors is because he has 17 and 18 inside of him, having incestual brother-sister sex.
Oh.
To create the Cell Juniors. And that is the theory. But I actually sort of have a counter theory to this.
Okay.
Which makes more
Will your theory ruin my childhood?
No, because my theory makes logical sense, and it has actually been shown in canon before.
Okay.
Because you're watching Dragon Ball, you haven't made it to this part yet, but it's
Goku's finally going to the main Red Ribbon Army base right now.
Yeah.
Finally. He just blew up Mercenary Tau. And he got like the big epic, like, it's at the end of this. What I'm assuming is a filler episode, because the only thing that happened in the whole episode is that Bulma built a drone and like flew it to like the Red Ribbon Army base, and then like a Star Wars ripoff scene ensued where it was like a perspective shot where they're going through like the narrow paths just like in Star Wars. And then
I do not remember that in the manga when I read it, so that may have been like one panel of the manga where like Bulma's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna spy on them, but then there was definitely nothing further than that.
I'm assuming something happens that in the manga that like lets them know that Goku's heading there. I have the books right here that I could flip through, but because by the end of the episode, like the whole gang is in like Yamcha's fucking flying car, and they're getting ready to go to the Red Ribbon Army thing to back up Goku.
I don't know, maybe it's not filler then. I can't really remember. I don't know.
This episode seemed really goddamn filler to me.
It might be. Yeah, I can't recall. It's been so long since I actually watched the anime, so I don't know. Is he going in the manga? He's going in the manga.
I'm going for the manga now. I'm going to assume that it's going to be in volume 2. Maybe not. That's Muscle Tower right there. And yeah, it's general. Fuck, volume 3. You can go ahead and start saying your counter theory.
Well, I'll wait because I want to get your opinion on this before I say the counter theory. Your opinion on the incest. And do you think that this has any logical ground?
Okay, Goku's fighting the henchman guy. It really looks to me like okay. Here we go. Yamcha's on the phone. With Bulma. Let's see here. Okay, she actually has a drone.
Oh, okay.
Wow, I cannot believe this is actually in the manga. As I was watching it, I was like, this is such a huge waste of time.
Yeah, but like I said, like they probably stretched it out for like a full episode. Like
yeah, they stretched it out for a full episode because it's literally only a few pages in the manga. I'm literally looking at this, like I was just flipping through pages. Here's fucking Tao Pai Pai getting exploded. And then, like, yeah, like 2 pages later is Goku flying towards the thing, and there's the drone. And then they're doing that. Let's see here. It's like 4 pages. Yeah, like they. Bulma's drone just shows up, sees Goku, and then flies ahead, sees the base, and then they blow it up instantly. Whereas in this, in the anime, it's like a fucking, like, 5-minute, like, goddamn, like, epic freaking, like, plane battle. Like, yeah. Bulma's just, like, flying this thing around, dodging and shit, and I think they go through this whole thing where, like, oh my god, how are we going to help Goku? And the turtle's like, why don't you build a phone and call Yamcha? Oh, he does say you can build a phone in the manga. Whatever. I need to read all this so I can have this on deck. I'm actually getting ready to buy all the Vizbig Rurouni Kenshins in one big lump.
Yeah.
Thing, because the 9th volume of Rurouni Kenshin in Vizbig, I guess, is like the rarest fucking book of all time.
Of all time?
Like, nobody knows about it, but I have just randomly found out when I like tried to add them all onto my cart on Amazon, and goddamn, I get like 1 through 8. There's 9 volumes in Vizbig. 1 through 8 in the cart, all decently priced. They're all under $20. Which $20 is the retail price.
Right, yeah, that's pretty standard, yeah.
So, then you get to volume 9. Only 1 copy on Amazon, it's $100. And then I'm like, okay, I'm going to check on eBay. Nope, no one has it on eBay. The only people that have it on eBay are people that are selling the whole set as a lot.
Yeah.
And checking like Barnes and Noble website, nothing. Freaking all these other websites. It's not on any. It's sold out everywhere. Some reason Volume 9 of Rurouni Kenshin Vizbig is like.
They must not have made that many.
That is the freaking holy grail of manga.
Yeah. The Vizbig Rurouni Kenshin.
So I'm about to drop like $174 on like the whole collection.
Yeah.
That evens out to about $20 per book, which is retail. So, and that's with shipping. So,
Miles would argue you could get a sick tattoo for that, but you're like, nah, fill up this bookshelf.
I would. Is that even a fucking question? I would much rather have all of Rurouni Kenshin manga at my disposal.
Yeah.
Yeah, without a doubt. And these Vizbigs are cool. I'm just like holding this and looking at it now with the fucking tone fuzz and stuff. Dude, these are fucking awesome. I love these things.
Yeah. One of these days we're gonna have to compare the Vizbigs with my Viz ones, because I have the Viz 3-in-1s to see like what's different with them.
Yeah, with Dragon Ball, the censorship might be a little bit different from the 3-in-1s to the Vizbigs.
Yeah.
Since I guess the manga has never been released in America
in its
fully
full form.
Uncensored.
Yeah.
It's always had something.
Yeah.
I think that the closest that it's come actually might be the 3-in-1s. I'm not sure.
That's why I got the 3-in-1s, because that's what I had read online before I bought them. That was the closest to the original that you could get. It just sucks because it doesn't have any of the colored portions.
Yeah, right, yeah.
But the shading is still like significantly different, because like you can tell which ones were supposed to be in color and which ones weren't.
Yeah. It's like that in everything.
Yeah.
I wonder if the Berserk Deluxe editions have color pages. I don't think they do. I'll look through my Helsing real quick and see if there's any. It doesn't look like there's going to be any colored pages. No. But it also doesn't look like the opening pages of any of these were ever drawn in color.
Oh.
Whereas I know for a fact in Berserk, like the opening fucking pages were done in color, because you can just tell by the shading.
Yeah. But anyway, what do you think about the 17 and 18 incest babies?
I don't care. I don't think that it's true. But even if Toriyama came out tomorrow and said that it was true, whatever. That doesn't affect my enjoyment at all.
Here's my counter argument to this. How was Cell created besides the androids? What was Cell made out of?
The cells of all the fucking fighters.
Including Piccolo, correct?
Right. Yeah, I mean, I think that it's pretty obvious that he's just basically using like the clone technique that Piccolo can do.
Exactly.
The only argument that I have for you there is that when Piccolo does it, he makes exact copies of himself. Whereas the Cell Juniors are not. They're like fucking baby cells.
Yeah.
I don't think that necessarily means incestuous sex is happening inside of Cell. As a matter of fact, I don't think that means that. I don't think that was ever implied or like even considered. It's just a difference. Also, I don't know this because I haven't watched the Demon King Piccolo yet or read it in the manga. Is it implied that when Piccolo makes the clones, that he's dividing his power between the clones? Or do they all have the same power level?
I'm pretty sure it's all the same.
Okay.
But
then that adds to the Cell Junior thing just being that technique.
when Piccolo at the end of the King Piccolo thing, he does do an egg, and it's a baby Piccolo, which is him. So it does have the potential.
So yeah, but that's just Namekian reproduction. That's not the same technique.
But, I mean, if those Cell Juniors would have lived long enough, I mean, who knows? I mean, if they wouldn't have all died, they could have grown up to be regular cells, you know?
Yeah, but that's not the same technique, though. We're talking about the cloning technique versus Namekian asexual reproduction, which we know this is how Namekians reproduce, is by spitting eggs out of their mouth. Because the only time we've ever seen it happen is with that. And we know there's no female Namekians because we've been to Namek a couple times.
Yeah, and they're all genderless technically.
Yeah, so. They just spit eggs.
Not childhood ruining at all. So
I agree.
For the fourth theory, cowardly Commie. He's quite the coward. Do you remember Commie being a coward?
Well, I know that Commie can probably do some stuff, and he doesn't ever do anything besides train Goku.
Because Commie is the god of the earth, apparently. But he grew disillusioned by humans' selfish tendencies until Goku came along and restored his faith in humanity. He liked him so much that he even authored Goku the role of Earth's Guardian, and of course Goku did not do this. But despite of all of this, Commie is kind of a selfish punk, as they say.
Okay.
In order to win over the original Guardian, he had to separate the evil form from inside himself, and that created King Piccolo, of course. This eventually led to Commie's reluctance to fuse with Piccolo during the Cell Saga, which resulted in countless deaths.
Wait, what?
So,
they're saying that if Commie would have just fucking fused back with Piccolo sooner, which did he even really take that long? He was just kind of like, I don't want to do this, and it was like 5 minutes, and they're like, all right, let's go.
It resulted in countless deaths, as they say.
I don't know about all that, Chief. I think that people were already dying long before Piccolo. Piccolo didn't even. Did he encounter Cell for the first time before he fused with Commie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he met Cell in the city, so the people were already dying.
But
I don't know how many more people died in the fucking 5-minute conversation that he had with Piccolo.
It says, like, as the Guardian of the Earth, why would it take him so long to make a decision that would ultimately save the planet?
How long did it take? I don't recall. I mean, it is Dragon Ball Z. It could have taken like 10 episodes. Who knows? But, like, I don't really think it took that long, did it? I thought Piccolo just kind of showed up, and Commie was like, fuck you. And Piccolo was like, fuck you. And they're like, all right, let's fuse.
I know in the anime they probably did draw it out a little bit longer than they should have.
I mean, I'm sure that it probably took like a whole episode. At least. But I don't think that it was like a big drawn out, like, we spent the whole week coming home watching Toonami wondering if Piccolo and Commie were going to fuse again.
And even if they did it really make that much of a difference? But I guess they couldn't have known that at the time, but...
Let's see here. Now, I don't have the Dragon Ball Z Fizbig manga to call upon for this. They were all at Barnes & Noble the other day when I was there, but I didn't want to pay full price for the whole set.
Right, yeah, never.
Every single one was there. Episode list. What do you think of Kami's reluctance here, buddy?
I don't know. It never... I mean, it's not childhood ruining. And It goes on to say that Guru even says that if Commie did this during the Saiyan saga, that Vegeta and Nappa wouldn't have even been able to hold a candle to their power.
No.
Allegedly.
No. Absolutely not. Nappa fucking murked Piccolo, and Vegeta was like way fucking stronger than Nappa. No. That's operating under the assumption that fucking Piccolo and Commie would fuse, and then suddenly they would be as strong as they were in the fucking Cell Saga.
No, because Piccolo
and what they're
was
not
like,
understanding is that Piccolo had been training
for years
this entire time. Right? Yeah. If they would have fused during the Saiyan Saga, yeah, they would have been a little bit stronger. Maybe Piccolo would have been able to give Nappa a little run for his money. Vegeta would have fucking like fist fucked him. Like, it would have been game time. And even if he could have hung with base Vegeta, there's no way he could have taken Uzaru Vegeta.
And you also have to take into the account that during the Saiyan saga, Piccolo wasn't fused with Nail yet. So that's also like a factor.
That's true.
So.
And we don't really even know how strong Nail was.
Strong enough to make Piccolo feel great.
That's true. All right. Let me see here.
Were you able to gain
at
any insight?
Piccolo's grievous mistake. Cell turned loose on the city. Piccolo's folly. Oh, God. Goku awakens. Cell's prologue to perfection. Piccolo's flame burns out. I'm assuming that's like... And then up to Piccolo. Yeah, I'm not getting any insight on these. This is literally just a list of episodes. Maybe the damn Dragon Ball wiki would be a little bit better. Imperfect Cell Saga. Yes, here we go. Confronts his terror from the future. Alright, so that's that. His name is Cell. Piccolo's folly. Cell makes an escape.
I don't know, but I guess all they're saying is that, like, since as the Guardian of Earth, he should have been much more easygoing about it and would have just done it. But then I guess you have to take into account, like, once he fuses with Piccolo, like,
hold on, no, fucking, they fuse before, Cell even shows up.
Yeah, it's with the androids.
It's just with Commie because of the androids. Right, yeah. Let's see here. Commie finally merges with Piccolo. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, it was a few episodes.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Okay, so episode 137, Piccolo flies to Commie's lookout to make a proposal. And then episode 141. So it's fucking 4 episodes?
Yeah. But still, I mean, in Dragon Ball terms, like, that was probably, like, what, like, an hour? Like, in their world.
Facts here. Piccolo and Commie fusing didn't save anyone's life. When it finally happened, he failed to save anyone.
Anyone.
Like, he roughed up fucking Android... Like, him and Android 17 had one of the best fights in the series. And then Piccolo showed up and absorbed 17... Or Cell showed up and absorbed 17 anyways. And and then I think proceeded to beat the fuck out of Piccolo, or Piccolo ran away. I don't even know.
Yeah, so like I said, him fusing with Commie wasn't really that big of a deal anyway. Like, it didn't really impact things that much.
And also that Commie's not selfish. That's dumb.
Yeah.
Dumb theory. Where's the childhood ruining, buddy? Where is this at? I want my childhood to be absolutely ravaged.
Well, let's see about this. How about some childhood cruelty to the Saiyan babies?
Okay.
The Saiyan tails. All Saiyans are born with them. And it has many good things about it, but it also has many drawbacks. As we know, you can transform into a great ape, but it's also a big weakness if it gets pulled, unless you're like Vegeta and you're doing extensive training where it doesn't even fucking matter. If it or was it not Vegeta?
I forgot about that.
What?
Where Goku's like, ha, I'm gonna grab your tail, and Vegeta's like, nice try.
Yeah. So Gohan was the last Saiyan that we saw with a tail.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, Piccolo removes it during one of those episodes where Gohan destroys the fucking desert or whatever when he turns into a great ape. But that was the last time we saw a Saiyan child with a tail. We never see Trunks with it, Goten, Pan, anyone. So Toriyama stated he just forgot about the tail thing, but there's a more unsettling theory that after seeing the insane destruction that's possible, it can be implied that baby Saiyans had them removed, probably causing the babies a lot of pain to have their tails pulled off.
That's stupid. I've always, even as a kid just growing up, I've just always assumed that they fucking cut the tails off at an early age before you saw Trunks and Goten.
Here's the thing. We all get fucking circumcised. What's the big deal?
It's basically like a Saiyan circumcision.
Yeah.
Vegeta probably knocked him out with his fist and then cut the tail
Tore
off.
that shit off. Yeah.
Yeah. Next one. My childhood wasn't ruined, but maybe Trunks and Goten's were.
Going with the childhood trauma theory, Gohan has PTSD from a very messed up childhood.
I think I've seen this before.
At age 5, he was on Namek with Frieza. The Ginyu Force broke his neck and really fucked him up. Ginyu even took over his father's body and beat the piss out of him and all of his friends. And they said that Great Saiyaman is a way of coping with all of the stress, and Gohan was very depressed his entire life. And it's not a difficult theory to believe, they say.
I've always kind of liked the theory that Gohan was like traumatized and like his coping mechanism was Great Saiyaman. That like he like did like the Ginyu Force kind of thing. I kind of liked it. It didn't ruin my childhood. I was like, when I heard that, I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting. I like it.
It is not a childhood ruining theory. Our childhood is yet to be ruined, and that was the 6th one out of 10.
I don't think that Gohan actually has PTSD, though.
No, I don't think so.
When he turns Super Saiyan 2 and he's fucking like Edgelord Gohan.
Yeah. Not a chance. But speaking of Super Saiyan Gohan, they propose in the 7th Dark Theory that Super Saiyans aren't that special. Early in the series, it's a myth, and it's not an easy task for Saiyans to achieve, but as the series goes on, it gets easier and easier for Saiyans to turn into a Super Saiyan. Of course, once we get into Super and shit, like, they fucking turn into Super Saiyan, like, instantly. With, like, no training, basically. The fucking ones from Universe.
Well, you didn't even have to wait till Super for that. Goten and Trunks turned Super Saiyan at, like, what, age 7? Like, without even training?
Yeah.
Like, Vegeta had no idea that they could turn Super Saiyan.
Yeah. It's saying that in the past, Saiyans never had to use their full potential when they were conquering, so the form was never achieved because they're basically going around destroying the planets, like, with ease. So, like, they never had to use their full power. Goku was the first time it happened in thousands of years. There is a massive build-up leading to this in the series, but further examination shows that it may not be very difficult to achieve the form. It certainly takes some of the mystery away when you see Child Saiyans doing it so easily, and everyone just hanging out in the form throughout the series, cracking jokes and going on about their lives. In reality, it isn't that special. So they're saying that, like, when Goku turns Super Saiyan, it's like a big deal, and like there's the aura and all that, but then like later on, like, yeah, they're all just standing around Super Saiyan, just like chilling.
Isn't that, I mean, they didn't say anything wrong. It's like, I think that's kind of like the meme, is that like by the end of the series, Super Saiyan is like a joke. I think everybody that's watched the show knows that.
So no one's childhood was impacted by this.
Nobody's childhood was impacted. Like, as a child, watching the Buu saga and seeing everybody Super Saiyan, like, when Goten and Trunks turned Super Saiyan, like, it literally is commented on in the show. In the show, they say it. Like, Vegeta's like, oh, the legendary warrior is now just a child's plaything?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, this is not a theory. This is a fact. It's like...
It's very
something
self-aware.
that Toriyama acknowledges in the fucking... I don't know if that scene's in the manga, but I assume that it is, because it's kind of important. The revelation that Goten and Trunks have been Super Saiyan. So, you know. Yeah, by the end, everybody knows Super Saiyan. I think that, you know, once Goku learned it, and all the other Saiyans were, like, kind of exposed to it, it becomes easier because
it's easier to teach it because you know how to do it. If no one knows
not
how to
even
do
teach
it.
it, but just, like, I mean, Vegeta taught himself. And then, you know, Gohan did learn from Goku, but then Trunks kind of taught himself, future Trunks kind of taught himself too, by, you know, just kind of getting pissed about Gohan dying.
Yeah.
And then Goten and Trunks kind of taught themselves, or maybe Gohan taught them.
But then there's also the argument, which I've seen online, it wasn't mentioned here, but they say it's like a lot easier for half-breeds to do it, to turn into Super Saiyan.
I think that that may be mentioned somewhere. I'm not sure. All I remember is that Gohan has more potential than anyone. According to Vegeta, he has the highest potential ceiling of any of the fighters.
Yeah.
He's also probably the weakest.
Yes, at this point in time, probably. Here's a theory for you. I'm just curious. Is Gotenks really that popular? Because we get so many fucking Gotenks figures at work. Like, we never get anyone else. It's just like a billion Gotenks.
I don't think he's that popular. I like Gotenks, but
either that or they just can't fucking get rid of them because like we get like an overabundance of them and we never get any like Vegetas or anything.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure about Gotenks' popularity.
For number 8, we're going for one of the most popular characters in the entire show. Coming right at him. Bulma's mom. The theory is that Bulma's mom
Fuck!
is...
Don't ruin Bulma's mom for me. That will destroy my childhood.
They're
is she
saying...
canon? Is she even in the manga?
I don't know. But they're saying Bulma's mother is an android. And she was made this way to preserve her beauty. Because she's supposed to be pushing 70 by the time the Buu saga rolls around. But she's still hot. She was created by Dr. Briefs when he was originally married to a human, and he recreated her in robot form to retain her appearance. And if that is the case, what happened to the real Mrs. Briefs?
Murdered.
I don't know, I think this theory is just kind of bullshit.
Yeah, when you watch the show and kind of realize that, like, I guess by the end of Dragon Ball Z, Bulma looked a little older, like at the 7-year time skip. But I don't know. If you watch Super, like, nobody ages ever.
Yeah.
I think Gohan during the run of Z is like the only person that actually ages in the show.
Yeah,
Because his aging was like necessary for the story.
yeah. And he was also at the age where you're supposed to age. Like, he was a child and then an adult. It's not like he was an adult
Okay,
the
that's
entire
not
time.
it. That's, I mean, Goten and Trunks don't do that.
Well, we still haven't seen the post 7-year time skip. I'm just saying that everyone else was an adult the entire time.
Yeah, but the where they're at in Super right now is like they're supposed to be like only like 2 years away from the end of Z 7-year time skip. In that, we see Trunks and Goten, and they're like fucking 16, and they're like teenagers at the end of Z.
Yeah.
Goten doesn't look anything like Goku anymore. He's got like different hair. He's like a womanizer. And Trunks looks like future Trunks.
Yeah.
And in Dragon Ball Super right now, I swear they
look the same.
I swear they look even younger than they did in Dragon Ball Z during the Buu saga.
Yeah. But all I was saying is everyone else was an adult the entire time, as opposed to Gohan, where it was kid to adult in the show.
Well, Piccolo was not an adult. Piccolo's only like, what?
14, 15.
Yeah, he's not that old.
Yeah. The next theory is one that I know that you've heard a million times, and I have a feeling you can debunk it. Goku ruins everything, is the theory.
Okay.
His existence makes everything worse. He's the big hero and has saved the planet multiple times, and despite his flaws, he always tries to do the right thing. Even though a theory earlier on in their video says that he does not try to do the right thing and he's a jerk, but that's fine. Contradicting yourself in your own video, it's fine. But what if he never showed up on Earth at all? His being there in the first place kicked off a chain of events that made the planet worse than it was before his arrival. If Goku never went to Earth, Raditz wouldn't have went there. In turn, Vegeta wouldn't have came there. Dr. Zero wouldn't have become obsessed with destroying him. Majin Buu wouldn't have had enough power to get out of his imprisonment. The Tournament of Power would have never happened. Is it possible the world would be a much better place without him?
No.
Here's my thing. They're completely...
The world would have been fucking ruled by Piccolo.
That's what I'm saying. They completely disregarded all of Dragon Ball. The Red Ribbon Army could have taken over the
Army would rule the world, but then Demon King Piccolo would show up and he would wipe out the Red Ribbon Army by himself, much like Goku did, and then he would rule the world. And nobody would be able to stop him because he kills everyone, right? Aside from Goku.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure. I know he doesn't kill Krillin. Tambourine kills Krillin. So fucking goddamn Piccolo's little bitch, fucking his
technically one of his sons.
One of his sons, even though he doesn't look Namekian at all.
Yeah.
Tambourine kills Krillin, and does Piccolo kills Master Roshi, right?
I can't recall. He kills a lot of people.
Well, I know Roshi fights him, and he tries to get him with the fucking, goddamn, like, the ceiling, the fucking... He tries to put him in the jar.
Yeah. He can't do it.
So I'm gonna assume that when he fails to do that, Piccolo's, like, gonna kill him.
I don't know if he succeeds in killing him, but I know he certainly tries. One person he does not kill is Yajirobe, and Yajirobe actually gets a lot. He gives a lot of Piccolo's kids the business, surprisingly. Like, Yajirobe kicks ass in Dragon Ball for a hot minute there. But...
Well, Yajirobe saved the planet in the Saiyan saga, too.
Yeah, if it wasn't for him, Vegeta would have destroyed everyone.
So no, if Goku never came to Earth, it would have been fucking Piccolo's planet. He would be ruling the planet with an iron fist. And
that's why this theory holds no ground. Because if Goku wasn't there, the world would have been fucked. Maybe not by the Saiyans, but it still would have been fucked. And then who's to say that Raditz and Vegeta...
Who's to say the Saiyans wouldn't come there eventually anyways?
Yeah.
What did Frieza say about... has Frieza ever made a comment about like Earth's value?
Not really. That's why Goku was sent there, because it was like a low...
It's a low-ranking planet.
Yeah, that's why they sent a baby there to begin with.
Right. Yeah, no, it holds no ground.
Yeah, it doesn't even make much sense, and they didn't even talk about Dragon Ball at all. They just started their argument with Raditz, so... And the final childhood ruining theory is that Boo represents America. Which is another one I'm sure you've heard a million times.
I've never heard that in my life.
You haven't, really?
No, I've never heard that. It's ruined my childhood.
Because what is Boo? Boo is fat, stupid, childish, and ruins everything. And bullies everyone. He throws temper tantrums.
Bullies everyone. He just fucking kills everyone.
He's a bully, man. Give me my food and shit, and you don't do that to Boo and all this bullshit. And it shows Toriyama's pessimistic view of Americans, that we are all overweight, food-consuming bullies, and he must get a huge kick of how popular Dragon Ball is in the States. So it's basically a theory about Toriyama hating America, is the theory, basically.
Well, this doesn't... I mean, I guess that sentence could hold up. Majin Buu Saga, Dragon Ball Z manga was completed, I believe... Well, it was definitely completed well before Dragon Ball Z got popular in the States. And I think that it was completed even before Dragon Ball Z aired in the States ever.
I believe it wrapped up in 96, the manga.
Which is like right when like Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z started airing in like syndication in the States.
Right. And then, I mean, Toonami and all that shit didn't get started till like 99, 2000.
No, Toonami started in 97.
Did it really?
It might have even started in 96. I think Toonami might have started in 96 with just like Johnny Quest and shit and all that. 99, 2000 is when Dragon Ball Z blew up and got super popular. But Dragon Ball Z, this is where I was a kid. Dragon Ball Z, when I first saw it, was 1997. Just rerunning fucking Saiyan Saga and the first half of the Namek Saga over and over and over again. Every now and then they would show Triamite, World's Strongest, or Dead Zone.
And it was all Ocean dub, right? Like, it wasn't even the dub that we know, yeah.
Yeah, it was Ocean dub.
But yeah, it wasn't saying that Toriyama got a kick out of it back then. They're saying he must get a kick out of it now. That is very popular.
I don't think Toriyama hates Americans. I think that it's there's a lot of evidence to prove that he, like, I don't know about Americans, but I know that he likes American culture. I know one of his favorite movies is Terminator 2, but I mean, whose isn't?
Exactly.
But he's taken a lot. I mean, the Android Saga was, a theory is that it's inspired by Terminator 2.
Yeah, you can definitely pull parallels from that.
Well, the movie was coming out right around the same time that he was writing that part of the manga. So he knew it was coming out. So, like, the themes of robots and time travel and everything from Terminator 1, he already knew that. And then my theory is, here's some real theories about Toriyama. My theory is that as the manga progressed and Toriyama was, had seen Terminator 2, I think that's where he got the idea of time not being linear and stuff, because I think that that's not introduced until Trunks discovers Android 19's head, and he's like, these aren't the right androids, and then, like, I think that's kind of like when he says that there's two different timelines now, or does he know that when he first comes back?
I can't remember if he mentioned it when he came in, because I know at one point he says, like, oh, my timeline's fucked, but there's still hope for you. So I'm assuming I'm assuming he would have known that when he came back the first time, because if everything was fucked at the very beginning, why even come back? I mean, I don't know. I think he would have to know. Or it could have just been a retcon.
Yeah, very well. But yeah, I think that the Android Saga is heavily inspired by Terminator and Terminator 2.
And let me say, Arnold Schwarzenegger is not American, so it doesn't matter.
He's American. He's an American citizen. He's just from a different country originally. But he has a citizenship, and that's all you need to be an American.
I was going to say, because he's certainly not overweight.
Oh, yeah, no. And without a doubt, the fucking, like, first android that Goku fights in the series is inspired by Terminator. Like, there's no... Like, it's the most obvious fucking thing in the world. The big android with the sunglasses.
Yeah.
The Goku fights, like, that is the Terminator.
Yeah. Well, yeah, those are all the theories, and I will say my childhood will never be the same.
Yeah, my childhood's absolutely ruined. Absolutely ruined.
I don't know, man. I think it's a terrible list. I thought it was a terrible video. And all the theories are stuff people have already said or just kind of bullshit. And stuff that has actually been confirmed, and so it's not even really a theory.
Yeah, that Super Saiyan one was really weak. I don't know. That they were all bad. Super bad theories. I thought that maybe I would hear at least one of the more popular theories. I can't even think of any right now because it's fucking 1 a.m. But yeah.
Bunch of trash, cat.
Oh, here's a theory. Geekdom doesn't like this one.
Yes, he doesn't like most things.
That Vegeta saved the planet in the Cell Saga by distracting Cell so Gohan could power up the Kamehameha and take him out.
And what doesn't he like about it?
Geekdom doesn't like that at all. He says that Gohan was he was more than powerful enough to take out Cell on his own. He didn't need the help from Vegeta. Vegeta just so happened to be there, and you know, whatever. And he says that when Goku says, "Now's your chance, Gohan, do it," or whatever. So the whole thing with Geekdom is that Gohan was strong enough to kill Cell the entire time.
Okay.
Which is true. Okay? I agree with that. I think Gohan could have won the beam struggle.
But why not make it easier? But why, like...
What was I going to say? So the problem is that Gohan was only going with one arm. He took the shot for Vegeta and fucking... So now he only had one arm. They're doing the beam struggle. Cell is winning. And then the thing, Geekdom's thing is that Gohan didn't believe in himself. And he was still holding back because he didn't believe in himself. And Goku was telling him, you have more power, go all out. So that's Geekdom's whole thing, okay? My thing is, because he just totally writes off the Vegeta thing. It's insignificant. It doesn't matter. And my thing is, because it does happen in the manga.
Right.
In the anime, everyone attacks him, and then Vegeta's the last one. In the manga, it's literally only Vegeta that attacks Cell. My thing is, if it didn't matter, then that's bad writing. Why even do it?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, what's the point?
There's no point. If Vegeta... And let's, like... I think that Gohan was strong enough to do it, obviously, because he did do it, and he killed Cell. But in the course of the beam struggle, I'm going to try and make this sound coherent. In the course of the beam struggle, like, Cell was already putting out a Kamehameha that was strong enough that, like, maybe even if Gohan went all out, he would have won the beam struggle. I don't think that it would have destroyed Cell. Because of Cell's beam and Cell's concentration on that would have, like, fucking not wiped him out. Maybe fucking hurt him badly, and then Gohan would have fucking continued the fight.
Right, it wouldn't have ended the...
But when Vegeta, I'm not saying that Vegeta hurt Cell, okay? Like, some people think that Vegeta's blast fucking like injured Cell or whatever. That's not the case. It distracted him. It took Cell's eyes off the fucking prize and created the opening that Gohan needed to win the beam struggle and destroy Cell completely. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying Vegeta fucking did any harm. And Cell knew that because he's shocked when Vegeta hits him. If Vegeta's blast was so insignificant that
he wouldn't have noticed. He wouldn't have noticed.
Cell wouldn't have turned around and been like, Vegeta! Like that. And then Gohan hits him. Like, if Vegeta's shit wasn't significant, then Cell never would have gotten distracted. And if Cell didn't need to get distracted for Gohan to destroy him, then why would Toriyama write it into the manga that Cell got distracted and then Gohan got him? And then Geekdom said that when Goku says, now Gohan, now's your chance, that's a bad translation. And then he's like, and if you read the original manga, he doesn't say that. He literally shows a screenshot of the manga where Goku says, now Gohan, or do it now. He doesn't say now's your chance. He says just now Gohan. It's the same fucking thing.
Yeah,
it's
why would he be saying now of all other times? You know what I mean? Why wasn't
now's your chance. Now this, now that. It's all the fucking same thing. If I told you I'm going to pass you the basketball and then I'm going to yell at you when to shoot it. And I said, now, then you would shoot it. Or, if I said, now's your chance, you would still shoot it. That would be the same fucking thing.
Right.
So, really dumb. Really dumb.
Yeah.
That's true theory.
Yeah, that's confirmed. Geekdom's wrong. This is the premier Dragon Ball source on the internet, me and you.
I mean, listen, it's also confirmed that Geekdom is a fucking Gohan fanboy, because there was that series of Gohan videos, and that Vegeta one was part of it, where he put out like 8 videos in a row just sucking off Gohan and like how powerful he is. And like Dragon Ball Super videos where he's like Gohan's hidden power and shit, and like Gohan in the manga is so strong he eliminated Kefla from the Tournament of Power. Something that. And now his big thing is sucking off Ultra Instinct Goku is like the biggest thing ever. He thinks that Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku is like a huge power buff, even though he contradicts himself by saying that Ultra Instinct is a technique, not a transformation. He said that a million times. But then
also treats it as a transformation.
It's treated as a transformation in the show. I'll admit that. It's treated as one. His hair color changes and all that shit. But it is a technique, and I don't think that it provides. If it provides a power boost to Goku, it's not a big one. The difference between Ultra Instinct Omen and Ultra Instinct,
it's more the speed.
Ultra Instinct is that you can use your full power with Ultra Instinct. In Ultra Instinct Omen, Goku couldn't use his full power because he's too busy concentrating on defense and he can't attack. It's literally said in the show, Ultra Instinct Omen can't attack. Like, he can attack, but his attacks don't hit hard enough. He's got the defense part mastered, not the attack part. Mastered Ultra Instinct, he has the attack and defense. In no part of the show do they ever say, wow, this is like a ×4 boost to his power. You know what I mean? That's never said. It's just like now he can do, this is Goku's full power and like his full defense. You can't touch him, but he's also hitting you in the perfect spots with his full power.
Right. I don't know, it kind of is treated like a transformation in the manga, because, I mean, not in the manga, in the anime, because with every major arc, there's a new sort of transformation. But, I mean, you could argue they did the same thing in the Vegeta Saga shit, where, like, he's doing Kaioken ×5. That's not a transformation, that's a technique.
Right.
So.
But at least that is a power boost thing. You literally, like,
Right.
Kaioken literally multiplies your power by however much you fucking want to do it.
Right. But it's treated in a similar fashion, even though it's not a transformation. It is a technique.
Does he do Kaioken times 100 in World's Strongest?
I don't know. It's something ridiculous that's never brought up again. I don't know if it's times 100. It might be times 50.
Oh, let's see here. Kaioken times 100. DBZ Film 4. So what's that, Lord Slug?
I think so, yeah. Because it's Dead Zone, World's Strongest, Tree of Might, and then, yeah, it's probably Slug after that.
Here's the Kaioken guide. This is going to be too much. I want to see in the movies.
Times 100 power boost. So what would happen if Goku used Kaioken times 100?
He uses it in the Lord Slug movie. Like, it's literally, I've read it already.
Yeah, it says that on the Dragon Ball wiki.
Alright, film appearance. In the World's Strongest. Okay, it says just times 3. And then he uses times 4 in Tree of Might. Doesn't Goku use false Super Saiyan in Lord Slug?
I don't know.
Alright, let's fucking wrap this bitch up.
Alrighty, Cat. Alright, so we'll see you guys in another episode. If you guys haven't already, like, share, subscribe. Tell us your favorite Dragon Ball theories in the comments below. And, yeah, that's going to be it for this episode. This is Buddy the Bruiser. I'm signing out.
I'll catch your ass down the road.